So you want to buy a BMW. Welcome back to HQ BMW. Today we're going to be talking about buying a 3 Series, whether it be used, new. You have a lot of choices to go from. My first BMW ever was a 2011 BMW E90 328. I had no idea about the car at all. I didn't know the different engine types, didn't know the different body styles, didn't know rear-wheel drive to X-drive to... I didn't know anything about the BMWs, but today I'm going to help you make the decision on which model you should buy. The BMW 3 Series was first launched in 1975 with the E21 model. That ran until 1983, which then started off into the E30, which ran from 1982 to 1992. The E30 is a BMW enthusiast collector car, you could say. A lot of people want them, and a lot of people are still modding them today. After the E30 came the E36, which was from 1990 till 2000. And then from the E36 we went to the E46, the iconic E46 M3. Those are the earlier models, the 3 Series, not what I'm going to really talk about today. I'm more going to talk about the E90s, the F30, and the G20s. You've heard me mention these verbiages before: E90, F30, G20. Those letters stand for the body styling. For instance, so in the E90s variant, we have E90, E91, E92, and E93. So the E90 is the 4-door sedan, my personal favorite of the E90 models. Then you have the E91, which is the wagon estate model. E92 is the coupe, the 2-door coupe. The E93 is the 2-door coupe convertible. After the E90 models, we have the F Series. We have the F30, which is my favorite, the sedan, the F31, which is the sedan wagon estate, and then we have the F34, which is the Grand Coupe hatchback model. And then finally we have the G Series, which is new as of 2019. But let's get back to the E90 models and talk about the difference. When I bought my E90, I didn't know all the differences and all the different models and styling and creature features and everything you could get into the vehicles. So this is something that you guys, if you're going to be buying a BMW, you may want to pay attention to, especially if you're buying used. The E9, 90, 91, 92, 93 basically ran from 2006 till 2013. The E90 sedan wagon ran from 2006 to 2011. The E91 ran from 2006 to 2012. The E92 ran from 2007 to 2013. The E93 ran from 2007 to 2013. In 2009, they did a facelift to the BMW 3 Series. They changed headlights, taillights, body styling. The X-Drive now became an actual X-Drive badge on the car, where before you could tell that a model was X-Drive because it had 328iX after it. So 335iX, which indicate that it was the all-wheel drive. It wasn't called X-Drive until 2009 when they did the facelift. The differences between 2006 to ultimately 2013 was they ran multiple different types of engines in the 3 Series. So when you're looking at a used 2006 to 2013, you are probably going to want to pay attention to what year. In the 328, they ran BMW's iconic inline-six N52 engine. Naturally aspirated, just a torque monster for being an inline-six. For the 335 model, which is the turbocharged versions, we have a twin turbo and a single turbo. 2006 to 2009, they actually ran the N54, which is the N52 motor, basically, with twin turbos on it. This model is probably quite sought after. A lot of guys know that there's lots and lots and lots of add-ons, full bolt-on. You can make a lot of power with the twin turbos, especially if you're going to change the turbos out and go to pure stage 1 or pure stage 2. In 2009 to 2013, they swapped engines to the inline-six single turbo, which is now the N55 motor. That motor basically transferred over into the F30, and that's what's in my 3 Series today. The major change in 2009 was the LCI facelift, and a lot of people actually look for a 2009 LCI 335 because they now have the nicer headlights and taillights, which they got the LED signal lights in the headlights and the taillights, and it's just an overall nicer looking car. I'll put up some examples right now and show you the difference between the pre-LCI, the LCI, as well as the big thing that I never realized with the E9 series was the difference between the front bumpers and the rear bumpers. My E92 that I had didn't have the M Sport bumpers, which it changes the look of the car drastically. So now that we've got out of the E90 series, 3 Series, now we can get into the F series, F30, F31, and F34. We have a few different actual models of F series. We have the 320, the 335, the 330, and the 340. The 320 from 2012 to 2015 ran the N20 engine. Then from 2015 to 2019 ran the new B48 engine. This is an inline-4 turbocharged engine. The 328 model ran from 2011 to 2015. It had the engine, the N20 inline-4 turbocharged. Then in 2015 came the 330. This ran from 2015 to 2019, and it ran the newer B48 inline-4 turbocharged engine. The 335 ran from 2011 to 2015 and had the N55 twin scroll turbo in it. Then to replace the 335, we went to the 340. So in 2015 to 2019 was the 340, which is now running the new B58 motor, which is just the powerhouse engine right now for BMW. It's also the same engine that's in the new Toyota Supras. A couple other models that weren't too common was the Active Hybrid, which had the N55 with electric motors. There was also the 330e, which had the B48 with electric motors, kind of a combination between gas and electric. The 2 different transmissions you could get in the F series was the 6-speed manual and the 8-speed automatic. These versions you could also get in the rear-wheel drive or X-drive. So lots of options. I mean, who would have thought there would be so many different models of BMWs? And back when I first bought my first one, I had no idea of all these changes and differences. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, was to help some of you answer these questions between all the different models and what do you buy, what's better than the other. Thing about BMW is they've kind of done this throughout their entire lineup. You got the 128, 135, the 235, 240, 228. There's just so many models to choose from, but I'm a big fan of the 3 Series, so we're just going to stick with the 3 Series today. In 2015, when they did the LCI facelift, there was just a few styling changes, very minuscule. Headlights, taillights. The biggest change in 2015 was the engines from the N55 to the B58 and the N20 to the B48. BMW takes 25% of their profits and puts back into R&D. So that's why their engines just keep getting better and better and better. The BMW 340 with the B58 puts out 382 horsepower and 369 foot-pound of torque. That is right from the factory. Like, that's turnkey out of the box. The B48 puts out 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque out of a 4-cylinder. That is pretty darn good. My F30 335 put out 312 horsepower with 366 foot-pounds of torque. The B48 isn't that far off of that for stock. So, like, BMW is just getting better and better as we go on. And then we got into the G20, which you also have your different models, M Sport, Luxury, and then you have the B58 or the B48 as your platform. X-Drive, rear-wheel drive, and all the newer, latest creature features like Apple CarPlay, all the new nice-to-have features of lane departure, heads-up, backup sensors, front sensors, back cameras, front cameras. All the latest tech is put into the latest BMWs. If you're going to buy a new BMW, something that I've talked to friends at work and stuff about, that they had no idea, for the first 4 years of owning the car, it doesn't cost you anything except for gas and insurance. All your maintenance is covered by the dealership. You just, when the service comes due, you take it up there, you drop it off, they take care of it. I've had them change my oil, brake fluid, power steering fluid, spark plugs. As long as it's regular scheduled maintenance, BMW takes care of it. All for buying a BMW. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that service? When I bought the Hyundai to do an oil change, it cost me $70. Yeah, the Hyundai wasn't, a $40,000 or $50,000 car, but I never got the service like I got at BMW. What are some of the things that I would look for in buying a used or new BMW again today? Would be, my personal preference would be M Sport aerodynamics, which gives you the nicer front bumpers, rear bumpers, side skirts. It's just an overall nicer appearance. Also has a higher resale value. Heated seats and a heated steering wheel. There's nothing finer than driving a car with a heated steering wheel when it's minus a bazillion cold outside. As soon as your hands are warm, it just makes the driving experience that much nicer. Comfort access. Don't need a key to unlock or lock the vehicle. You just grab the door handle, unlocks it, and then you can lock it with a touch of a button. That feature is amazing. I have it on both of my BMWs and I just love it. It's so convenient just to keep the key in your pocket and get in and out of your car and start it. No jingling or messing about with keychains, any of that stuff. The last thing that I would look for in a BMW is the X-Drive. Where I live, it gets cold, snowy, and it's just horrible winters. The X-Drive in the climate where I live is absolutely, hands down, amazing to drive in, especially the winter time. It just adds so much more security and drivability to your car, and you're not worrying about getting stuck on a hill or being stuck at a stoplight. I know it doesn't help you stop, it just helps you go, but it's always working so that even if it senses that a wheel starts slipping, it can back it off so you're not doing a 360 in the middle of the road. It's just helping you drive and keeping you safe. We're going to conclude here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you got some information. I hope this helps with buying a new BMW. Drop a comment below if it helped you or answered some of the questions you had. If you have any more questions or comments, drop them below. Send me a link on Instagram at HQ_BMW. I'm always down to answer your guys' question. But like that, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.